Have you ever wondered how political disagreements can escalate into a full-blown civil war? The year was 2013. South Sudan, a nation that had only recently tasted the sweetness of independence, found itself on the brink of a devastating conflict. The political climate was charged, a ticking time bomb waiting to explode. The fuse, a power struggle between two prominent figures, President Salva Kiir and Vice President Riek Machar. Both leaders had loyal followers, each side convinced of their leader's right to rule. The tussle for power became a dangerous game, and the nation, unfortunately, was the playing field. As the tensions boiled over, the undercurrents of ethnic divisions surfaced. President Kiir, a Dinka, and Vice President Machar, a Nuer, both belonged to the country's largest ethnic groups. The political discord soon morphed into an ethnic one, dividing the nation along tribal lines. What started as a political conflict spiraled into a full-blown civil war, a war that saw no boundaries, no rules. Civilians, who were but spectators to the power struggle, bore the brunt of the conflict. Homes were destroyed, families torn apart, and lives lost. The nation that was once filled with the promise of a bright future was now a battlefield. The statistics are chilling. Over 400,000 lives claimed by the war, countless others displaced, and a nation left in tatters. The tremors of the conflict were felt far beyond the borders of South Sudan, with neighboring countries bearing witness to the influx of refugees fleeing the war-torn nation. So, the seeds of discord were sown, and the nation plunged into a brutal civil war. But as we will see in the next scene, the war was just the beginning of a much larger crisis. As the civil war raged, the people of South Sudan bore the brunt of the conflict. The nation, still in the bloom of its independence, was thrust into a vortex of violence and despair. Not just a war between armies, but a war that reached into villages, homes, and lives, tearing apart the fabric of society. The humanitarian consequences were severe and far-reaching. Hundreds of thousands of people were displaced, forced to flee their homes, carrying little more than hope for safer shores. The land that once nurtured them was now a battleground, their homes reduced to echoes of laughter and shared meals. Famine cast a long, dark shadow over the nation. Once fertile fields lay barren, the soil soaked not with rains, but with the blood of conflict. The specter of hunger loomed large, turning every day into a struggle for survival. Children, the seeds of South Sudan's future, bore the harshest brunt, their growth stunted by hunger, their smiles fading into the harsh lines of malnutrition. Yet, in the face of such adversity, the resilience of the South Sudanese people shone through. International and local aid organizations faced an uphill battle providing assistance. The logistics of delivering aid in a country torn by war were daunting. Roads were often impassable, and areas remained cut off due to ongoing conflict. But every bag of grain that reached a starving family, every medical kit that treated the wounded, every tent that provided shelter to the displaced, was a victory. It was a testament to the indomitable spirit of those who chose to help in a world that often looked away. The war had not only scarred the land but deeply wounded its people. Yet, like the resilient acacia trees dotting the African savanna, the people of South Sudan held firm, their roots reaching deep into the soil of their homeland. They weathered the storm, their spirit unbowed, their hope undimmed. The crisis unveiled not only the horrors of war, but also the strength of humanity, the power of resilience, and the unyielding hope for a brighter tomorrow. Despite the turmoil, South Sudan is a land rich in resources, cultures, and wildlife. It's like a hidden gem, waiting to be discovered and appreciated. Imagine vast, fertile plains stretching towards the horizon, rivers meandering through the landscape, and beneath the earth, black gold, oil, a resource that could fuel the country's growth. Now, let's delve into the heart of South Sudan, its people. The country is a vibrant tapestry of over 60 different ethnic groups, each with its unique traditions, languages, and customs. From the Dinka, the largest ethnic group known for their captivating oral folklore, to the Azande, renowned for their intricate pottery and dance, South Sudan is a cultural mosaic. And let's not forget the wildlife. South Sudan is home to a remarkable array of animals, including elephants, giraffes, and a myriad of bird species. The country's biodiversity is a testament to its natural wealth and a potential draw for wildlife enthusiasts from around the globe. South Sudan's wealth lies not just beneath its soil, but in the richness of its cultures and the diversity of its wildlife. But how can we change the narrative for South Sudan and its people? That's the question that springs to mind when we consider the enormity of the challenges this young nation faces. Yet, in the heart of adversity, there lies potential for remarkable transformation. South Sudan is a land of untapped resources. Beyond the oil that has long been a source of conflict, the country is blessed with fertile land and abundant waterways, capable of supporting a thriving agricultural sector. Imagine a South Sudan that leverages these assets to create a self-sustaining economy, one that provides food security for its people and even becomes a breadbasket for neighboring countries. Now let's consider the country's diverse cultures and traditions. Each ethnic group in South Sudan brings something unique to the national tapestry. There's a richness in this diversity that could be harnessed to foster unity and promote a sense of national identity. And what about the incredible wildlife, from elephants to giraffes and a plethora of bird species? These natural treasures could form the basis of a thriving ecotourism industry, attracting visitors from around the world to marvel at South Sudan's natural beauty. Yet, to unlock this potential, South Sudan needs the support of the international community. It's not just about financial aid, but about collaboration to address the root causes of conflict, ensuring that peace agreements translate into lasting stability. And let's not forget the South Sudanese themselves, the heart and soul of the nation. Improving the lives of its citizens is key to the country's progress. Initiatives aimed at enhancing education, healthcare, and infrastructure are crucial. For instance, the story of Samuel Dole Ayun, a South Sudanese refugee who fled to Uganda, graduated from medical school, and is now working as a doctor, exemplifies the power of education. Imagine a South Sudan where stories like Samuel's are not the exception, but the norm. In conclusion, the road to change in South Sudan is not an easy one, but it is possible. With a concerted effort from the global community, we can help reshape the future of South Sudan. But change doesn't happen in a vacuum. It's essential to remain informed about South Sudan's current situation. Knowledge is power, and with it, we can help initiate change. Let's explore, learn, and grow, understanding the richness of South Sudan's culture, its diverse wildlife, and the potential of its resources. Together, let's support South Sudan on its journey towards peace and prosperity.